Absolute value equations. Recall the meaning of absolute value. The absolute value of a number is its distance from 0. The absolute value of 7 is 7 because it is 7 units away from 0. The symbols for absolute value are a pair of vertical bars. The absolute value of -2 equals 2. An absolute value equation is an equation that has one or more absolute value expressions. Here's an equation. The absolute value of 2x plus 3 is equal to 5. We'll note that absolute value equations might have one solution, no solutions, or two solutions. Here's a simple absolute value equation. We're saying solve the absolute value of x equals 6. In other words, find the number or numbers that are 6 units away from 0. Here there are two solutions, -6 and 6. When we solve the absolute value of something equals 0, in this type of equation there will be one solution. And we find that solution, -3. It is the only value of x which makes the original statement true. So the solution set to the equation is -3. Now sometimes you'll see an absolute value equation like this one, and something looks strange about this because the absolute value of an expression is never negative. In other words, there is no value of x which, when you add 3 to it and then take the absolute value of the expression, will ever equal a negative. So we say there is no solution in this case. So most of the time, absolute value equations are fairly straightforward. To solve them, you look at the expression inside the absolute value bars, and we say that x plus 3 either equals 5, or that same expression, x plus 3 equals -5. Now we can solve both of these equations by subtracting 3 from both sides. So we have two solutions, two values of x, which when substituted into the original equation will result in a true statement. The solution set is -8, 2. Here's an example for you to try. When we write both of our equations, we say x plus 3 equals 16 or x plus 3 equals -16. There are two solutions, -19 and 13. Here's an interesting example. We have 5 times the absolute value of x equals 20. So when you don't see a symbol in between the number and the absolute value bars, know that that means multiplication. We need to isolate the absolute value expression by dividing both sides by 5. And the solution here to the absolute value of x equals 4 is -4 or 4. Here's an example for you to try. Remember, the first thing you want to do, we never want to multiply that 4 into the absolute value expression, right? We're not distributing. Instead, divide both sides by 4 and go from there. There will be two solutions. We say x minus 2 equals 20 or x minus 2 equals -20. Add 2 to both sides. The solution set is -18 and 22.